there you go. Rampardos did something, I guess. It was interesting. But Zardy, I know you said that you were just experimenting with this team. What is it about Shadow Rider Calyrex that you enjoy?
Well, I like how it's like its special attack gets boosted like every once in a while. So like every per knockout, like it. I've had some help with from being from Stefan himself, and we went over we went over some coaching, some gameplays, and like some strategies just to make some
Nice. And obviously pairing it with Clefairy is really good because you have Follow Me
yeah
support and Friend Guard, which
yeah
lets you survive stuff. That Friend Guard, I definitely feel like I probably would have gotten the KO with the Rampardos if
yeah.
Clefairy wasn't your partner. Um, yeah, no, that was a good game. I really enjoyed that. I love Rampardos, so that's why I wanted to build this team. I originally wanted to play this team for like the wide league a couple weeks ago, but there wasn't one because it was the I will lift what's it called, the charity tournament. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna be recording with Zardy for the first episode of Arrows Versus. So I'm like, let's just use it here. Let's just debut it here. I love Rampardos. I've always enjoyed Rampardos. I had a really strong Pokemon TCG deck way back in the
Yep.
Diamond and Pearl era called Ramp Champ, which is what my Rampardos is named after. Where like there was a Rampardos, and back then
Yep.
80 damage was fantastic in the TCG. 80 damage for like one energy, and then if you could do an additional 40 damage, and if you knock something, and you could to do 120. But then if you knocked down an opponents with Rampardos attack, you took 40, but you could offset that, and it paired really nicely with this really cool Machamp. And so Rampardos has always been like a huge favorite of mine. I played a Focus Sash Rock Polish Rampardos in fourth
Yeah.
gen that was terrifying. And so I've always loved Rampardos. And when we got it in the last DLC for Pokemon, I was like, I really want to do something with this, but we didn't have Rock Polish. Doubles is always really a lot harder to use a Pokemon like Rampardos.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh my god, a Trick Room team is like perfect. So I really enjoyed that. And if it wasn't for Clefairy, Rampardos would have done a lot of damage there.
Mhm.
So Rock Terra, obviously, because you want to max out the damage on that rock slide.
That was certainly interesting just to see because like I thought that was gonna die. I thought my Calyrex would
I
actually survive.
I thought you were. I thought it was two, but then I stopped and I thought about the Clefairy, the friend guard. Definitely saved that one for you. I feel like I want to put Hyper Voice back on the Fairgraph though to combo that with, because then you still have those two those two attacks.
Yep.
Those two. I probably would have picked up the KO on both of them had I had Hyper Voice instead of Psychic. But yeah, that was fun. Thank you for the game. Thank you for hanging out and telling us about your content creation journey. Now I have your links in on the screen we're using for the thing. We can find you at but just tell the friends out there on YouTube where we can find you on social media.
You guys can find me on X. You can find me on X Twitter. You guys can find me on Twitch. You guys can find me on Instagram. And those are the only links you guys can find me on.
And of course, don't forget to check out Zardy when he streams. Do you have a set schedule for when you stream, my friend?
My set schedule used to be like with work getting in the way. I used to say like usually occasionally.
All right, well, definitely
Like
go.
between like white lead nights and like between like 7:30, like either like 5:30 or 7:30, um, like 5:30 or 7:30 or like 4:30 or like 12. Between the basically depending on the time I get home.
Alrighty. Well, definitely go follow Zardycoolers on all of his socials. Once again, you can see them down there below. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Zardy, for being our first guest on Arrows Versus. It was a pleasure to get to know you and get to know about your content journey, and I look forward to more battles with you in tournaments and more Team Yell collaborations.
All right.
So thank you very much. Guys, stay safe out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Ding the notification bell so you can get all of the Arrows VS action. Don't forget we are going to be doing this for TCG, VGC, Master Duel. I have Pixelborn on this because I didn't update the layouts, but Pixelborn is unfortunately no longer around. Disney reached out to the creator of Pixelborn and asked for Lorcana to be removed from it. So we won't be doing stuff on that, but we'll figure other stuff out as we go along and as we continue our content journey. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us, checking out the video. And Zardy, thank you very much, and we will see you when we see you. Alrighty, so now we're getting into our, it's flat rules, right?
Yeah. It's official rules too.
Oh, sorry, official rules 2, right? Official rules 2. Yes, these rules are okay. Participating battle team. There we go. I'm actually like super excited for this team because like Rampardos is actually one of my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon.
Yep.
But I really enjoyed using him in Gen 4 because battles were single battles then. And so you could use like Rock Polish, Rampardos, and as long as your opponent wasn't playing with like crazy like what do we want to do here? As long as your opponent wasn't playing with like crazy oh my gosh, priority attackers, then you were pretty solid. All right, let's see how this goes. Good luck, have fun.
Yep.
And here we go, the first battle of the first episode of Arrows VS. I'm really excited for this. Hopefully we give all of you on YouTube a good one to start. Assuming Pokemon will ever let us connect in battle. Let's do this. Alrighty. So I got the bulk of the idea from this team from Tapu Wapo. I don't know if you watched him.
Yeah.
Huge. He only plays Trick Room. He only plays Trick Room. It's kind of crazy. Look at that shiny Calyrex. Look at that shiny Rampardos in here. We break the mold. Alright. So I low-key thought about putting Crunch on this on Rampardos after, but I had already sent you the team list and I didn't want to make any changes to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, Crunch would actually be really good because Shadow Calyrex is very, like, if I ever decided to take this team to, like, a Glizzy Tour or a Wide League, like, Shadow Rider Calyrex is actually very common. So Crunch might actually be the better option if you're looking to play this team or looking to play something like this down the road. Let's see how this plays out. I mean, that's not fine, but it is what it is. Dang, that did a lot more damage than I thought I was going to do. And good night. We weren't surviving that. Shade of the Feisty. I am very much okay with your speed being heightened. That was a third doubled into the
Like I said,
yeah. I kind of saw the protect coming, so I was like, "There's no way he's gonna sit there and take a glacial lance and a." Just so I can reset the triple if I can do so. Honestly, I only the Rillaboom is only because I didn't know a good 6 Pokemon to put in. So. All right. So, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Arrows Versus, and tonight we are teaming up to fight against our Team Yell teammate Zardycoolers. Zardy, how are you doing tonight?
pretty good.
So, Zardy, tell us about how you got into streaming, and then how you got into Pokemon streaming, or if you started Pokemon streaming.
Well, I started out as a starter. I started streaming as a starter for a how do I put it? Well, my roommate used to stream back when I was using when I was with him, and then that's how I found that he was streaming as well. So I started my own streaming channel. So it's like, okay, um, this seems fun. I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to do that.
All right, and did you? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
And so that brought you to Pokemon, obviously.
Yes.
So how long have you been playing Pokemon since it came out? How long have you been a Pokemon fan?
I have been playing since Pokemon Emerald.
Nice.
I've been playing Pokemon since Pokemon Emerald.
There you go.
Or Fire Red, or Leaf Green.
And nice. And you've actually played VGC competitively on the Pokemon Championship circuit.
Yes.
Is that how long have you been doing VGC on actually IRL?
Since I was young.
Nice. So you've been around the VGC circuit for like competitive play for a while then.
Yes.
So then I have to ask, what do you think of all the changes they have made to two competitive Pokemon for this upcoming season?
I think it's kind of. I think it's kind of like different now that everything's like going to double restricted probably next month.
Yeah.
Because like we're there in single restricted. Now we're in single restricted. We're probably possibly looking at like double restricted like for next month. So
Yeah.
I would say like double like a double like for like Credit and Martin being sent out, and then like other being sent out.
And so, how did you end up joining? How did you end up joining Team Yell?
Well, I was how I applied was like this was through probably another streamer friend of mine. He also goes by Tick Gamer MB. I found out through them, and then I also went through Super as well. So it was either through Tech Gamer MB, who was also no longer a part of the team anymore.
Very
But
nice.
that's how I found out it was from him.
Ironically enough, and I don't know if you, I don't know. You're actually the reason I found out about Team Yell.
Yes.
Because I was streaming one night and you suggested to raid up Beefy the Miner, and I was watching a stream. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
this is really cool. And then I saw Team Yell, and I saw they were looking for new people, and I'm like, I've always wanted to join a team that does like Pokemon content at the forefront, but also
Right.
does like their own other content as well, which is really cool. And so, we're looking through the team roster. I realized I knew a bunch of the members already. I'd
Yes.
interacted with them before, so I'm like, well, this seems like an obvious move, and it's been such a fantastic time being a part of this team. So, thank you for suggesting the raid to Beefy that night, because that's what started
Yes.
this whole ball rolling. But we are going to be partaking in a round of VGC action. I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to get this entire thing off the ground. But we're definitely gonna hop over, get into a match of VGC, and then we're gonna tell you about our teams. So let's get into it.